This is Charles Blake, the Director of Transportation. I'm here today to talk to you about what school will look like as it relates to transportation. And we're just excited to be able to get started this school year and make sure that all of our students arrive to our schools safe. It's just like any other school year. Safety is first and foremost for transportation. One of the first things we're going to do is make sure we train all of our drivers to disinfect the buses after each bus trip. Then we will recommend to our students to stay at least 6 feet apart at the bus stops. We will space students on the bus to make sure that when we pick up the students, they will sit from the back forward and skip every other seat. We will have sanitizing stations at the entrance of each bus. First, we will not leave any students at the bus stop. We will transport all students that are at the bus stop. We will encourage our parents to check their students before they go to the bus stop to make sure that they don't have any symptoms before they arrive. We will provide seating distancing, physical distancing on the bus, where we assign one student per seat, every other seat. The normal capacity of this bus is 72 students. We normally transport about 48 students per bus. This year, we will transport anywhere from 11 to 15 students per bus. Right now, we're at about 30% of the students that have requested transportation from years previous. Well, we're not adding additional buses. Our district gave 3 options for students to go to school this year: digital, traditional option where they would go 5 days a week, or a blended option where they can go attend A days, which are Mondays and Tuesdays, and B days, which is Thursdays and Fridays. So that's how we're able to reduce the size of our bus loads, because a lot of our students chose the option of digital. And so we only transporting about 30% of what our normal bus load would look like. So that's how we're able to provide the bus transportation with the same amount of buses and the same amount of drivers, because of the reduction in student loads. This year, we're going to have about 92 of our regular routes and 35 of our special needs routes. And so we're going to be transporting have about 137 routes total. That's about the same that we normally transporting. But a lot of our transportation is for field trips and athletic events. This year, we're not scheduled to provide any field trips, but we will be providing transportation for our athletic events. Well, the protocol will be determined by our school district. So we have we're following all the CDC, Arkansas Department of Health, and Arkansas Ready for Learning guidelines. In order to disinfect the buses after each trip, it takes us about an hour, because our bus routes are tiered. We transport to the same students, use the same buses to transport students to the elementary and secondary schools. And the turnaround time between those bus routes is about an hour. We have increased that to an hour and a half in order to disinfect the buses between the routes. The school start times will be about 15 minutes early for our elementary students. They will arrive at the same time that they've arrived in previous years. And then the secondary students will arrive about 15 minutes later. And so that gives us that hour and a half between routes in order to disinfect the buses, to assist with checking students, those protocols that we put in place for this school year. One of the changes this year will be, of course, all students, drivers, bus aides will be required to wear masks on the bus. That's the main. Again, like I spoke of earlier, we are going to have physical distancing on the bus, where we will have students at least 6 feet apart on the buses. Well, we're just looking forward, like any other school year. We're looking forward to getting our students back on our campuses. We're excited about learning. We're doing some good things here in Pulaski County Special School District, and we want to make sure that our parents know that we have their students' best interests at heart, and we're going to be doing everything we can to make their education experience a safe and enjoyable one.